Good evening, my friends. Tonight, I'm not going to go on this huge tangent about judgment anymore, but I just have to at least touch on one of my favorite passages from Amos chapter 5. And I'm just going to read it. And it says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is that for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into his house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take away from me the noise of your songs, for I will not hear the melody of your viols." And this is what the day of the Lord looks like. Darkness. I love how it, I don't love. I mean, I love how it says it, but it's scary. You know what I mean? Because it's saying it's like if the day of the Lord is going to be terrible, the windows of heaven are going to be open. It's going to be like if you were to run away from a lion and if you escaped the lion and then you ran into a bear and then you ran away from the bear and you got home and you leaned your hand on the wall to rest and then you got bitten by a serpent. Okay, like this is terrible. Like there's no escape. No matter which way you go, you're going to be facing trials and tribulation and terror. This is not something that we should be asking the Lord to bring. Okay, and we should we should be hoping for that day to not come while we are here. And I know some people, still believe in the rapture. Um, I don't. Um, I don't. I don't believe in the rapture happening before the end. And I could talk about that for forever, but it says at the last trump, and that last trumpet, uh, that the is not going to be before the other trumpet judgments in Revelation. But anyways, I'm not going to go into all that. And it's like this, okay? If I am hoping to be raptured, and then there ends up not being the type of rapture that I anticipate, and I'm here during this terrible tribulation, um, that'll be a time of confusion and wrestling with your faith and having doubt because you had put your faith in this rapture. And it's just not going to be the time to have to wrestle through that. And the thing about this is like, if you believe that you're going to be here and then there just so happens to be a rapture, then you ain't got to worry about it. You know what I mean? You're gone. And you won't have to, it's a win-win. If you plan on being here and there's a rapture, you're gone. But if you don't plan on being here and then you're here, you're going to suffer confusion and whatever. So to me, it's a win-win. If you plan on being here and you're not, sweet, you can't lose. You know what I mean? That's my point. Because the day of the Lord is going to be darkness and not light. But during this time, just like I was pointing out before, the judgment that's coming, that's terrible, is coming to this people, where God is saying, I hate your feast days. I don't want to smell your offerings of incense and whatever it is that you're offering, and your meat offerings and these other peace offerings. I don't want anything to do with that. And then he's saying, I hate the sound of your songs. You know what I mean? So he's talking to the people who are coming to worship him. He's talking to the people who are, well, obviously they're not coming to worship him, because if they were, but they might be saying they're going to worship God. They might be saying and have the appearance of people who are God's people, just like the people in Jeremiah. They were going to the temple, but they were doing their own thing. The same thing here. The day of the Lord is going to be a terrible day, and there's going to be a hypocritical, reprobate, apostate church right up in the middle of it. And they're going to be the ones provoking God with all these things that he's saying. I hate what you're doing. You are not my people, yet you're coming and professing to be my people, and you've provoked me to wrath, and now the curse is going to consume the earth. So, I think that I'm free from judgment now, and I will move on to whatever other edifying things the Lord has me to share. God bless.